Did you know that according to a 2025 study from Florida Atlantic University, adults aged 50 to 59 have a 26% higher risk of elevated inflammatory markers compared to those in their late teens and 20s, largely driven by diets high in ultra-processed foods? And with chronic inflammation linked to over 50% of age-related diseases like heart disease, diabetes, arthritis, and even cognitive decline, as highlighted in NIH and CDC reports, what you eat after 50 can either fuel this silent threat or fight it head-on. Ultra-processed foods, those convenient snacks and meals loaded with additives, sugars, and unhealthy fats, have been shown in 2025 Stanford Medicine Insights to increase the risk of death from cardiovascular disease by up to 50% and boost anxiety by 48%. Meanwhile, a 2025 analysis in the BMJ found that greater exposure to these foods is associated with higher risks of cardiometabolic issues and mental disorders. It's alarming, especially since 57% of U.S. adults consume pro-inflammatory diets, per a 2024 Forks Over Knives report, setting the stage for accelerated aging and health complications. As we cross the 50-year mark, our bodies become more susceptible to inflammation due to natural changes like slower metabolism and reduced immune efficiency. Processed foods exacerbate this by spiking blood sugar, promoting oxidative stress, and altering gut health, leading to systemic inflammation that Harvard Health warns can contribute to everything from joint pain to heart attacks. On the flip side, incorporating anti-inflammatory foods, rich in antioxidants, omega-3s, and fiber, can reduce inflammatory markers by 10 to 30%, as noted in a 2025 Healthline Guide and StatPearls review, helping lower risks of chronic diseases and supporting vibrant aging. In this video, we'll first count down 4 dangerous processed foods you should seriously limit or avoid after 50, backed by the latest 2025 research. The number 1 culprit has been linked to a 12% increased risk of cardiovascular and cancer issues for every 10% rise in intake. Then we'll reveal 4 powerhouse anti-inflammatory foods to add daily, with the top one shown in Harvard studies to fight inflammation through potent compounds that could cut your risk of age-related ailments. These swaps aren't about drastic diets. They're simple changes that can transform your health, energy, and longevity. Before we dive in, a quick disclaimer. This video is for informational purposes only, based on general research from sources like NIH, CDC, Harvard Health, and AHA. It's not personalized dietary advice. Always consult your doctor or a registered dietitian before making significant changes to your diet, especially if you have conditions like diabetes, allergies, or digestive issues. What works for one person may not suit another. Now, tell us in the comments your age and where you're watching from. We're reading and replying to every single one. Have you noticed how certain foods affect your energy or joints? Share below. And if this could help a friend, hit like and subscribe for more senior health tips. Without any further ado, let's start with the 4 dangerous processed foods to steer clear of, beginning at number 4. Starting our countdown of dangerous processed foods at number 4, sugary sodas and sweetened beverages, like regular cola, fruit punches, or energy drinks, are sneaky inflammation boosters that can wreak havoc after 50. These are ultra-processed culprits packed with high fructose corn syrup and artificial additives, and while they might quench thirst momentarily, they're linked to rapid health declines. A 2025 study from Florida Atlantic University found that adults over 50 consuming these drinks regularly had up to 26% higher inflammatory markers, contributing to accelerated aging. Further, a 2025 analysis in Nature Medicine estimated that sugary beverages account for millions of global cases of type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular disease annually, with a 20 to 30% increased risk of heart issues per daily serving in older adults. Even diet versions aren't safe. A 2025 study warned they may raise liver disease risk by 50 to 60% and disrupt gut health, fueling inflammation. Scientifically, these drinks cause rapid blood sugar spikes, leading to insulin resistance and oxidative stress that inflames blood vessels and organs. In seniors, where metabolism slows, this promotes fat accumulation around the liver and heart, escalating risks of metabolic syndrome and chronic diseases, as per NIH Insights. Take Angela, a 58-year-old teacher who sipped 2 sodas daily for energy. Over time, she developed joint pain and fatigue, later diagnosed as inflammation-driven prediabetes. Cutting them out, under doctor's guidance, reversed her symptoms and boosted her vitality. Key risks: elevated blood sugar, heart disease, obesity, and liver issues, especially if you're over 50 with family history of diabetes. Instead, opt for water, herbal teas, or infused water with lemon, small swaps that cut inflammation without sacrifice. But number 3 is a breakfast staple that's even more concerning for your heart. At number 3, processed meats, such as bacon, sausage, hot dogs, or deli slices, are inflammatory powerhouses that no one over 50 should consume regularly. These are loaded with preservatives, sodium, and nitrates, turning what seems like a quick protein fix into a long-term health hazard. The World Health Organization classifies them as Group 1 carcinogens, with data showing every 50 grams daily, about 2 slices of bacon, increases colorectal cancer risk by 18% and cardiovascular disease by 15 to 20%. A 2025 CNN report linked them to heightened inflammation, raising risks of heart disease, stroke, and type 2 diabetes by 20 to 30% in older adults. NIH-backed studies confirm regular intake correlates with 18% higher coronary heart disease risk per 50-gram serving. The mechanism? Nitrates convert to nitrosamines, promoting oxidative stress and arterial plaque, while high sodium spikes blood pressure, exacerbating inflammation in aging bodies prone to hypertension and gut dysbiosis, per AHA warnings. Consider Tom, a 62-year-old mechanic who ate sausage sandwiches weekly. He faced rising cholesterol and joint inflammation, leading to a pre-diabetes scare. Swapping to plant-based alternatives improved his markers significantly. Risks include cancer, heart attacks, and chronic inflammation, worse for those over 50 with high BP. Alternatives: fresh turkey, eggs, or plant proteins like beans, healthier without the processing. Number 2 hides in your snack drawer, with fats that directly attack your arteries. Number 2 spot belongs to trans fat-laden snacks, including potato chips, crackers, margarine spreads, and commercially baked goods like donuts or cookies. Even though partially hydrogenated oils are banned in the U.S. since 2018, residual trans fats linger in many processed items, posing quick dangers after 50. Mayo Clinic and AHA data showed trans fats raise heart disease and stroke risk by 20 to 30%, with every 2% of calories from trans fats increasing coronary heart disease by 23%. A 2025 PMC review linked them to 16 to 58% higher inflammation and cardiovascular events in older adults. Harvard Nutrition Source notes they double heart trouble by raising LDL and lowering HDL cholesterol. How? Trans fats promote endothelial dysfunction, clogging arteries and fueling systemic inflammation, particularly harmful in seniors with reduced vascular flexibility, leading to plaque buildup and metabolic issues, as per WHO facts. Maria, a 55-year-old office worker snacking on chips daily, noticed weight gain and high cholesterol. Tests revealed inflammation. Replacing with nuts dropped her levels in months. Dangers: high cholesterol, heart attacks, type 2 diabetes. Avoid if over 50 with family CVD history. Swap to air-popped popcorn or veggie sticks. Our number 1 is a daily staple that's deceptively inflammatory. Claiming the top dangerous spot, refined carb products such as white bread, sugary cereals, white rice, and pastries are inflammation accelerators that spike blood sugar and should be minimized after 50. These stripped of fiber foods digest rapidly, causing metabolic chaos. Harvard Nutrition Source explains high GI carbs, like white bread, cause substantial blood sugar fluctuations, increasing diabetes risk by 20 to 40%. A 2025 Very Well Health article links them to insulin resistance and chronic inflammation, with refined carbs raising type 2 diabetes odds significantly in older adults. Economic Times 2025 advises avoiding them for diabetes management as they spike glucose and promote obesity/heart disease by 20 to 30%. Mechanically, they lack fiber, leading to rapid glucose absorption, insulin surges, and fat storage, fueling inflammation, gut imbalance, and diseases like CVD per CDC and MNT. John, a 52-year-old with cereal breakfasts, battled fatigue and prediabetes from inflammation. Switching to whole grains normalized his energy. Risks: diabetes, heart disease, obesity. Critical for over 50s with metabolic concerns. Choose whole grains like oats or brown rice. Now, let's shift to the positive. 4 anti-inflammatory foods to add daily, starting with number 4. Shifting to the positive side, starting at number 4 for anti-inflammatory foods to add daily are leafy greens. Think spinach, kale, collards, or Swiss chard. These nutrient-dense veggies are easy to incorporate and pack a punch against inflammation after 50. Harvard Health's guide on foods that fight inflammation highlights leafy greens as top contenders, rich in antioxidants and vitamins that combat oxidative stress. A 2020 NHLBI study found diets rich in these greens reduced cardiovascular disease risk by supporting lower inflammatory markers. More recent 2025 insights from All-American at Londonderry emphasize their role in senior health, with regular intake linked to 10 to 20% reductions in chronic inflammation indicators like C-reactive protein, CRP. The science? They're loaded with polyphenols, vitamin K, and folate that neutralize free radicals, improve gut health, and regulate immune responses, key for seniors where inflammation drives joint pain and heart issues, per Johns Hopkins and PMC reviews. Sarah, a 57-year-old nurse, added spinach salads daily after arthritis flares. Within weeks, her joint stiffness eased, and blood tests showed lower inflammation, proving small additions yield big results. Benefits: reduced arthritis pain, better heart health, and cognitive support. Add them via salads, smoothies, or sautéed sides. Aim for 2 to 3 cups daily. Number 3 brings in sweet, antioxidant-rich treats. At number 3, berries, such as blueberries, strawberries, cherries, or raspberries, are delicious anti-inflammatory superstars to enjoy every day. These low-sugar fruits are backed by Harvard as inflammation fighters, bursting with anthocyanins. So Longevity's 2025 list includes cherries for their role in combating chronic diseases. Studies show daily berry intake can lower CRP levels by 15 to 25% in older adults, reducing risks of heart disease and diabetes. Mechanically, their antioxidants quench inflammation at the cellular level, protecting against oxidative damage and supporting brain health. Ideal for seniors facing cognitive fog, as per NIH-aligned research. For example, Mike, 61, snacked on blueberries after noticing energy dips. Months later, his doctor noted improved inflammatory markers and better mood. Perks: enhanced brain function, lower blood pressure, and joint relief. Add 1/2 to 1 cup daily in yogurt, oatmeal, or as snacks. Number 2 dives into protein sources that protect your heart. Our runner-up at number 2 is fatty fish. Salmon, mackerel, sardines, or tuna, rich in omega-3s that should be on your plate 2 to 3 times weekly. Harvard and Bristol Post list them as top anti-inflammatories, with omega-3s like EPA and DHA reducing inflammation effectively. Johns Hopkins recommends them for gut health and disease prevention. Research indicates 20 to 30% drops in inflammatory cytokines with regular consumption, cutting CVD risk in seniors. They work by balancing omega-6/3 ratios, easing joint swelling and arterial inflammation, crucial for over 50s with heart concerns, per AHA. Linda, 59, added salmon twice weekly for skin issues. Her arthritis improved, and tests showed reduced inflammation. Advantages: heart protection, better mood, and joint mobility. Grill, bake, or can them. Aim for 8 ounces weekly. If you're enjoying these tips, hit like and subscribe for more. We've got Senior Health Gems coming. Our number 1 is a spice duo that supercharges anti-inflammation. Topping the list at number 1, turmeric and ginger, spices to sprinkle daily, enhanced with black pepper for absorption, are ultimate anti-inflammatory allies. Harvard notes turmeric's curcumin fights inflammation potently. So Longevity and CEO Magazine, 2025, highlight them in anti-inflammatory diets. Studies show curcumin reduces CRP by 20 to 30%, easing arthritis and heart risks in seniors. Curcumin and tangerol inhibit inflammatory pathways, aiding digestion and immunity, perfect for aging bodies, per PMC. Robert, 64, brewed ginger turmeric tea daily for knee pain. Inflammation dropped, mobility soared. Gains: pain relief, better digestion, disease prevention. Add to teas, curries, or smoothies 1 teaspoon each daily with pepper. So, to wrap it all up, after 50, your diet can be a powerful ally or a hidden foe in the battle against chronic inflammation. We've covered the 4 dangerous processed foods to avoid: sugary sodas that spike blood sugar and oxidative stress, processed meats loaded with nitrates promoting heart disease and cancer risks, trans fat snacks clogging arteries and fueling metabolic chaos, and refined carb products like white bread causing insulin surges and systemic inflammation. Research from Harvard Health, NIH, and 2025 studies shows limiting these can reduce your risk of cardiovascular issues, diabetes, and age-related decline by 20 to 40%, simply by reading labels and making mindful swaps. On the brighter side, incorporating the 4 anti-inflammatory foods daily, leafy greens packed with antioxidants for gut and joint health, berries bursting with anthocyanins to lower CRP levels and support brain function, fatty fish rich in omega-3s for heart protection and reduced swelling, and turmeric with ginger plus black pepper to inhibit inflammatory pathways and ease pain can actively fight back. As per AHA and Johns Hopkins guidelines, these additions might cut inflammatory markers by 10 to 30%, enhancing energy, mobility, and longevity without overhauling your life. The key takeaway? Balance is everything. Focus on whole, unprocessed foods 80% of the time, stay hydrated, and pair these changes with moderate activity for maximum impact. Small habits, like swapping soda for herbal tea or adding berries to breakfast, add up to big differences, as evidenced in CDC-backed longevity research. Track how you feel after a few weeks. Many notice less joint stiffness, better digestion, and sharper focus. One more important note. This is general information based on studies from reputable sources like Harvard, NIH, and AHA. It's not personalized nutrition advice. Everyone's body is different, so consult your doctor or a registered dietitian before major dietary shifts, especially if you have conditions like kidney issues, allergies, or are on medications that interact with foods, e.g. blood thinners with greens. They can help tailor a plan and monitor progress. Now we'd love your thoughts. Which of these dangerous foods do you plan to cut back on, and which anti-inflammatory one will you add first? Have you already made a swap that improved your health after 50? Share your experiences or questions in the comments below. We're replying to everyone to build this supportive community. Your story might inspire someone else. Thanks for watching, and remember, eating smart isn't about restriction, it's about fueling your best years. If this video helped, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more senior health tips, and share it with a friend. Stay vibrant and well. We'll see you next time.